Joshiebear plays Minecraft.
What is going on, everyone? It's Joshiebear, and we are playing the Minecraft. We're deep underground. We're at the skeleton farm today, and I just wanted to quickly show some of the changes that we made here. First and foremost, we've expanded the drop area for the skeletons, so we can get more skeletons in here, which means more experience and more drops. Entity cramming was kind of making this thing slow, so I figured, why not add a few other hoppers and create some more space for these guys, and it's working out well. Not the most sophisticated farm that's ever been made in Minecraft, but it's definitely working. I've gained quite a bit of levels, upgraded the armor. I also found that I still had a torch on the wall back here, so definitely affecting rates. Eventually, we need to expand the storage because it's already starting to break the storage area here. But definitely some improvements there, a little trash bin back there, but this is not where we're going to be spending our day. Nope, that's a project for another time, because we are going to head outside after we go kill this slime. Yes, we're going to kill this slime. Oh, that's something else that we're going to be getting into here soon, but we've got a couple projects that we need to complete before we get to a slime farm, which is no longer going to be here. I don't think I've pointed it out yet, but I picked a new area for the slime farm just because of how close this is to the house. And if we've got to cut out all the area and all the land above it, it's going to leave a gaping hole, like right outside the front door of the mining cottage or mining shack, whatever you want to call it. First, before we get to our actual project outside, there's something else I wanted to show you, and that is down here. So if you missed the live stream this weekend, you missed the creation of my new brewing area, my brewing center. Yeah, not sure I'm sold on all the looks, but we spent a little bit of time trying to come up with the best looks. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I don't know that you can see all the bubbles going up, but we got bubble column up there, bubble column down there. They're just there for looks. And our brewing area, complete with glass bottles. We'll have ingredients in here soon. And our simple little nether wart farm. It's not going to produce a ton for us, but it's giving us enough to where we can brew some potions, which is going to be important for some of the projects we've got coming up. And of course, breaking down the fourth wall, there's the commentary studio there. But let's head outside and talk about what we're actually going to be working on today, because I've gone back and forth a lot in this world about how I want to do the farming, and it's almost nighttime. There's a bed over here, but I've kind of gone back and forth how we want to do the farming, and I've changed my mind again. So I'm going to find a bed, I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing as far as the farming situation goes, because this is no longer cutting it. So a few episodes ago, I kind of showed you this, and it's our new melon and pumpkin farm. The old one was producing way too much, so I downsized, and I was feeling pretty good about its ability to produce for us. But then I really started trading with these guys, and as you can see, we are running low on melon and pumpkin supplies. Also, we're missing an opportunity in farming some of the other crops to get us some emeralds and some experience. So I had a bright idea. Let's build some new farms. Yeah, I know, it's not the most exciting thing, but it's a project that I really want to work on in this episode, because I'd love to get our crops and our melons and pumpkins really going again. And when I say crops, I mean specifically carrots. We're gonna leave potatoes alone. We're gonna leave wheat alone. Because we really don't use a lot of it, but I can see us using a lot of carrots for emerald generation. Melons and pumpkins obviously give us some emeralds. And as you can see, I've been busy down here in the ravine right behind our farming area. And this is going to be where our new crop farms are going to go. I'm going to tuck them away, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. And give us some new area to work with for some other things that I think I want to do with what I'm calling the farming area, which will no longer be the farming area here in a little while. But you can see here kind of the outline of one of the builds that's going down here. This is the future home of our carrot farm. It's going to be villager based, and it's basically 2 farms kind of smashed into one. So each side of this would be the design of one villager-based carrot farm. You would stick a villager here on the outside, and the villager would just throw stuff at them. And we'll see that here in a second. I'll show you the design I'm going to use. But instead of just from one side, we're going to do it from both sides. So we're going to double the output of our farms and hopefully generate some emeralds. But that's not all. On this side, we're actually going to rebuild the old melon and pumpkin farm over here. Maybe expand it a little bit and really try to generate those crops so we can really trade with our villagers and not fear running out, because pumpkins are actually pretty useful outside of getting emeralds. I'm going to need some pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns when we go to do the slime farm. But I really want the emeralds, and I really want the XP, because this has really been a lifesaver when it comes to that. So let's jump over into my testing world and check out the design for the new carrot farm. So this is what we'll be building. This is my idea for the carrot farm. It definitely takes some ideas from some other farms, but really when I sat down and thought about it, the farm itself is no different than what I would build if I were manually farming. So this part is easy. It's a water source in the middle, then 4 out from each direction, and fill that all in with dirt and plant the carrots, right? So the only difference here is we pop a farmer in there with a composter, put something on top of the composter so they can't compost anything, like with the villager breeder, and let them do all the work. Then I thought, well, why don't we put one on each side? And there's actually probably a way that we could do one on all 4 sides of this center block, which is where our villager sits, and is our target for our carrot chucking chums, comrades. Which one do you prefer? So when the farmers come to throw the carrots, as you can see, they're trying to give the carrots now to the villager. Instead of the villager getting the carrots, they're going to go into these mine carts, which are held on top of each other with the use of trapdoors and whatnot. And they get funneled into hoppers below, and you can take those carrots anywhere you want. And the best part is, carrots stored away, no work other than the build. I am all for that. Now, we won't be using the same materials to build this. Of course, I don't have access to any sea lanterns, and this is cyan terracotta, which I do not have access to yet. So we're going to build it out of some different materials, but the concept is the same. This row out here is just to kind of tell me how big it is, but it fits right into that area that we've got marked off nicely. There's only one thing left to do, and that's go build this thing. All right, here's the part where I give you a time-lapse build of some farm that you're probably going, yeah, I built 7 of those in my world. But we've got to do it. We need these resources so we can get shiny emeralds. Why am I coveting emeralds so much? Because I want cool things. And the quickest way to get cool things is to have emeralds. So the major building of the farms, at least the structure, is in place, and I gotta say, I'm happy with how these turned out. I wasn't 100% sold on the design after I was playing with it in the creative world, but I really like how this turned out. Worked in some acacia, worked in some jungle wood trap doors to go over the glowstone. Now, I originally didn't have it over the glowstone like this, but I think I actually like that. I'm gonna try it out here just to see how much I actually like it, and I think I need to let's do it the right way. There we go. But I think I really like that. It kind of hides that glowstone a little bit more. You can still see the bottom, but it's not as glowstony everywhere. But all right, so the next steps is to get some carrots planted so they can start growing. We also need to get the beginnings of the collection system, which is the mine carts with hoppers and the actual hoppers in here, and then get our villagers in here so they can start farming and throwing carrots at each other. And then we'll think about how to transport all of that once we get the melon and pumpkin farm. You, sir, are getting a new home. Yeah. So we've made some really good progress. We have all of our villagers in the farms here. He's become a farmer. I'm not sure why, but it shouldn't matter because we got the two other farmers here doing all the farm work. As you see, he is well on his way to farming. Hopefully that track despawns. I shouldn't need it, but it's sitting there in the farm. But everything is ready to go. I just need to get collection in order, which our mechanism at the bottom is a dropper with a couple observers, which will shoot everything out, and it is working. I just need to figure out at what point everything is going to meet so I can pipe it up to what's going to be like a crop storage up at the top, because we don't want to spend a ton of time down here. We want to make sure that it's all up there and accessible. But the next step really is to get our melon and pumpkin farm in place so we know how that's going to sit in here, and we can work out where everything is going to get collected. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, feast your eyes on the somewhat above average melon and pumpkin farm. Woo! No, we got it done. We're in business again with good returns, and this thing's been running maybe less than 10 minutes, and it's already given me that. So I would say that this was a good idea. Also, the carrot farm is starting to produce. Here is what I got out of this just walking over here a few minutes ago. I heard it going off. I was like, oh, there's carrots. Let's find out what's actually been collected there, and that's what I've got so far. So it's really time to start thinking about where everything is going to be piped to and stored, but I have had enough of this project for this episode. Maybe we'll get into that into a live stream or even into the next episode. But there's some other things that I want to go take a look at because we've been doing other work. So I wanted to come to the Nether just for a brief moment, just to show you some progress that we've made here. I'm not ready to put the Wither Skeleton Farm fully together yet, but we have done some more spawn proofing around the area. I did switch over to stone buttons rather than the red carpet, just because I can get stone buttons a lot easier at this point, although I do have the one cheap wool farm that gave me plenty of wool to do most of the fortress area here. But I figured, it might be a better idea for like the nether rack, just to use stone buttons. But we've covered quite a bit. We still have a little bit more over here. We've got the blaze spawner there and there. Not sure which. I think I'm going to keep this one and maybe do something else with this one. Haven't fully decided. But yeah, still more work to do, but a lot of progress made. Getting ready to build this farm. Not caring too much about looks because I didn't want to do too much in the nether until the 1.16 update. But we've already started to make a mark. So the new biomes are probably going to be spread out around us, and it's going to take us a little bit to find them because we are surrounded by lava. That is the one thing I do know, going around the area and finding, other fortress areas, others, spawnable areas that definitely need our attention. And we are totally surrounded by lava. So we may be taking some adventures, maybe getting into some striders. That could be a thing for us. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But I just wanted to give you that update and take a break from the farming. I'm sorry, Artemis. I've been busy. I've been really I know. It's been a while. I'd apologize to you by name, but I haven't named you yet. You're still just unknown cat that I brought home. So it took a lot of work and a lot of wood for all the chests and hoppers that we needed to make, but we are ready to hook up the storage for all of our melons and pumpkins and carrots. The last hopper is in place, and everything should be starting to filter in as soon as it gets harvested, if it's not already. Where did it all go? There it goes. Now it's starting to filter out. As you can see, it is already producing large amounts of items, and I'll kind of walk you through down here what we ended up doing. And it should be no surprise. Basically, under the stone brick, which we're gonna do the floor a little bit differently here later, but under the stone brick parts, there's water streams carrying all of the items, connecting them, it's getting late, combining them here and shooting them up the water stream, and we can see it right here in real time. It is all working the way that it should. I am so glad to be done with this project. It's not one that I wanted to spend a ton of time on, but it is one that we have spent the time on. And I'm glad that we did, because we can get our villager trading back up to a point where we actually can make this profitable. And we've only got 4 farmers now, so we certainly shouldn't be running out of resources in the same, I guess, in the same speed that we were before. But I do need to clear these out, sort of over here now, just to let you know. I've got 2 rows of each item. I've got two rows of carrots here. These 2 are extra melon and pumpkin, and then an overflow for whatever comes through there. If anything comes through there, if nothing comes through there, well, then they're just empty chests. But we've got them anyway. Oh, wow. Did I mention that was a lot of work? So it's never really all that fun to build farms that you built once, tore down, then build them again. I'm pretty sure at the end of this episode you could tell that I was pretty worn out. It was a long week, and that was a long project, believe it or not. But we got it done. We got it done. And now we can exploit our farmers for all the emeralds we could ever want. I mean, did I say exploit? No, I'm sorry. I mean barter. But that is really all we have time for in this episode. Well, I mean, I could cram more into the episode, but honestly, your attention span probably isn't long enough for half of this video. What kind of crazy shenanigans will we get into next episode? Well, if it's anything like this episode, it means rebuilding a farm that we already built. You'll have to subscribe, turn on the notifications, see when I upload the next episode. What's gonna hurt? I mean, you watch this episode. Also, don't forget, Saturdays, Sundays, come find me on Twitch at Joshiebear Plays. You could miss something cool. That is really all I have time for before I shamelessly plug something else that is related to this video. I'm Joshiebear. I'll see you next time.